Well, all right. Looks like we're good to go. Massive camera problems, like last time. Start hitting OBS with a camera. It's a computer patching. So yeah, today in the States, Thanksgiving. Family kind of get together. Hey man. Yeah, you know what? I was like, what the heck? You're absolutely right. I used to do morning streams a lot more, especially in the summer. So as a teacher, I got my summers off. So it's like that's a good idea. Good idea is a good no idea what absolutely. Just like let's put a thing together, see where that is. Sometimes it's oh, sometimes it's super dumb. Shorty cables, shorty cables. So many I forget what the place was that I was ordering modules from and everything. Send me a pouch of 3 or 4. Clearly, I've too much. Interesting. Um. So yeah, all y'all in the eurozone. This is a. I honestly don't even. I thought Thanksgiving. I think this would be a basic fact. I generally try to actually know basic facts about things. Hi, I'm your host, Mike Bugley. Let's get to know some facts about things. Yeah, okay. So here we are. So had a little bit of a letdown because my micro clouds module that is going to go right here. Actually, I think probably the dual drive is going to go there, closer to the effect zone. Uh, so yeah, that is non-existent. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And the fact that a company would be like, I guess it's normal. I guess it's normal. I can't be completely, 100% pissed about it, but it seems totally stupid. Like you can buy an item that doesn't exist. Like we're out of stock, but we'll take your money. No, fuck you. So yeah, so I got to they got to gave me a refund instantaneously, but then I just ordered the same thing directly from the manufacturer, and then it was $10. So I was like, well, let's get the fast shipping then. So it might be here tomorrow. I'm and then I was like out of coffee. This was the deciding factor to going out, by the way. I was out of coffee at home, and I McDonald's was open. Now McDonald's coffee is barely coffee by most stretches of the imagination, but you need something. Yeah, chip shortages are a real thing, man. And I look at companies like IntelliGel. They're a big company, dude. Their stuff is like so non-existent. It's so out of stock. Like I hope they make it. I mean, like they make great stuff. Like this is the kind of thing that would like kill a company. I was gonna get another Quadrax, my other system. I got the Moleco quad envelope instead, which is a nice module. It works really well. It's good. But the immediacy of the Quadrax, you just cannot deny it. It's really really. It's like, I need a simple envelope. AD, done. Like, that's what you need 90% of the time. So, it's a fantastic thing. And then it's burst generators and LFOs and all kinds of cool shit in there. But yeah, those things just don't exist. I found one on Reverb used. It was like $549. Dude, really? Things are 300. So, anyways. I was watching a light bath live stream this morning. It wasn't live, though. He was using Zadar to control a bass, like, sequence. And I was impressed. That was really cool. Now, the only problem with doing something like that is you get a weird timing thing with, like, you might sound a note by, like, triggering a filter or triggering an envelope on a VCA or a filter or whatever. But the Zadar's swooping between notes. And so you get this, like, and, like, I don't know if I like that or not. It's kind of irritating sometimes. I would just want it to be like, boom, one note, purely one note. Curious if there is a thing that actually allows you to. Okay. Last thing. It's sort of standard clock out thing here. 60. Slow. See where we're. Synchronize. Okay. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try that little trick. But I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna build this patch in reverse. What I want is a nice C bass. Honestly, just for that. Ensemble. Of stereo. Suddenly you read cables. It says, buy more cables, dummy. Your channels. Get more. Stupid. Oh. Spread fifths. It's nice. Just a little bit of FM. This thing is a little, I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this is really great. Sometimes I'm like, this thing sucks. It always makes the same exact sound. But you've got to kind of tweak it a little bit and be very subtle with it. Like, okay, the balance to the low. All right. And right now, to me, it just sounds like a pipe organ. You know? with like the tiniest bit of FM. Here, let me open the filter up. You can hear this. So here's detune completely off. And warp is completely off. But a little bit of warp. On fold, wavefold. Wild. So just a tiny touch of FM, just a little taste of it. All right. So now we need the control parts, and that's number one. A funky fresh signal from Zadar, and by funky fresh I mean some weird randomized pump things, like something like that, just like a weird shape. Level comes. So that output goes into yonder quantizer. Just as simple as that. Pitch input of this guy, some notes, and maybe see, this is way fast. So pretty good. It's okay. Okay. So that's fine and dandy. Fine and dandy like sour candy. Now we could take a pulse from all over the place, right? We could take a pulse from like pulses. Logical. But like a weird semi-randomish one or a more rare one here, the 2+4 output there. So that it doesn't long cable. That it doesn't obviously sound super duper frequently. Hey. Hey, hey, I got a little guys. Mini cables. These things are the bomb. I would like to completely change my entire cable menu to all of these. So you can even hear it right there. It just kind of played two notes at once. So I'm not entirely sure how you're going to control that. That's the thing. Like, is there a way to latch? I'm sure there is, but I can't think of what it is right now. If no. Okay. Some delay. Hey, Mac Joe, what's going on? Happy Thursday morning. Let's leave it at that. Yeah, nothing much here. We're going to my sister's today for Thanksgiving and such. But hell, I got all morning, so I'm probably leaving at like 8 o'clock. Synchrotron here was complaining. Those folks in the Eurozone over there. Let's switch our filter model. See if that. So these will all be clocked. That's the thing. Everything here is clocked, which is kind of cool. Now I discovered a really cool trick here. It's not really a trick. One thing okay. Straight up, I love the Melodicer. Love it. It's like my favorite module probably in this entire system. Like, it's the one module that I'm like, holy crap, everything about that thing is great, except I wish it was double. Always wanting more. But yeah, no, there's a truth to that. Like, I wish you had two of them in the same thing. Man, that would be stupidly powerful and a lot of fun. I don't know how they would configure it other than making it twice as big. No. But it's very playable. And what I found out was, like, okay, so normally it loops by turning on the rhythm and the dice buttons or whatever. But I use this camera so you can actually see what I'm... Oh, except it's not flipped. You son of a bitch. Transform. Flip horizontal. Hey-oh, there we go. Truly amazing. Is it flipped here too? No, it's okay there. All right, cool. Yeah, another one, but obviously I don't have the space for it. But what I really dig is when you turn off these dice buttons, right? And you just hold them for 1 second and then they shut off. So now what it's doing is it's pulling from these probabilities every time it generates a note. All right, so it's truly like randomized now, but probabilistic based. So like if I put a little tiny G a little bit right here, then like every once in a while do that. So let's put it on 16th note. See it a little bit easier. There's a couple. There's a few. And as we increase the range, obviously it's going to start spitting out, higher octaves and that too. So you can actually use this as a really cool like bassline generator or melody generator, just consistent like stuff. So I thought what would be neat, let's do a couple of things with it. Let's just do a nice happy C major 7th, 9th chord. Sorry, C major. C minor 9th chord. There. So there's the 9th. Nope, that's not a 9. It's a flat 9. Verifying. And then we'll just grab a random oscillator. Oh, no. The probably a thing with the stuff. .vco. How about that? Still super snotty. Right. And we're going to put this guy into... Let's hook up the R bar because you should just fucking leave these purple cables like permanently patched onto the R bar. Let's just glue them down. I won't regret that ever. So yeah, into a filter. Use the 12 dB thing. I swear, Jack. Stupid. Yeah, I didn't. I'm not tossing the vector because I just got the expander for you. Actually, using it more and more, which is exactly the point. This is like that, and that it is just spitting out 16th notes. Okay, we should hear it. There it is. Now, I have the internal reverb patched into this junction, so it's kind of cool. You can turn down the dry signal completely. And I mean, like, as far as, like, oh, that's an instant pad. That's super, super cool. Okay, so here's what we could start doing then. We could start building this up and thinking of this in terms of chords and such. I think that's a good... So... the harmonies in the Bard Quartet, you've got 8 different slots. You turn the knob and then like, so then we can just change it to like F major, like F Ian, theoretically. Right, so we can have it constantly shifting from chord to chord automatically, and then we can do that with the instruo also. We can actually just put a different chord in each one. So let me just go ahead and record the buffer, fill up a buffer full of stuff. I will freely admit that the vector is amazingly powerful, and I don't use it nearly as much as I should. I thought about replacing it with the Endorphin's ground control. It's the same size, which would be a nice fit, and then it would free up the jack expander. But fuck, I spent $1,000 on these things. This is an expensive ass sequencer. Well, works. So I don't like selling modules. Selling modules just chaps my ass. Like, there's a possibility you had it, now it's gone. So you buy it again. Or you can just stash it someplace and then, like, hey, let's get the vector installed. Okay. So here's what we got. This is the All right, let's do this the right way. Let's think about this in advance. So this is C minor. And then what I'm going to do is record another one of these in a lower octave. Okay, so there's buffer number 2. Now, buffer number 3, let's go with an F. A little bit more high range. Sweeten it up a little bit with the internal reverb. One of these days I'll actually switch that to delay. There's a jumper on the back that you can switch it out. Not have internal reverb, but have a delay instead. And I'm kind of interested in that. I think delays play with filtering, you know, post-device filtering a lot better than reverb. Like, filtered reverb kind of defeats the purpose a little bit for me. I love those, like, washed out, high, whooshy reverbs. Okay. Third one. What kind of chord should we do? We got C, we got F minor. B flat major. Seems like maybe a win. Okay, and then the last buffer will bring it down a little bit lower. And then capture that buffer as well. All right. And now enough of that madness. I love the fact that this thing has a how about that infinite reverb? Good times. Yeah, they look great too. So yeah, you see where I'm going here. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to do something. I'm going to repurpose this voice right here. I'm going to bring it up a little bit higher. Besides the... Come on. You can do it. Okay, cool. Let's just leave it there. Done. All right. Now, as far as the vector, I was thinking about this, and this actually would make perfect sense. All right, so what we need then is to set up, and then number 3 here, flat, add 2. So now it kind of pops back and forth. Parts, and now I'm gonna actually let's make all the same. Son of a... It's all right. Each harmony slot has like a different setup right here. Okay, so then what I can do is make a drone bass patch on just C, F, and B flat. Like literally, that's it. Just that's it. Right, and maybe we'll do another C. Higher C? Sure. How about that? So 4 steps long. Each step is going to be randomized. Each step is going to be, let's say, 4 whole notes. Any modulation sequences on. Set up. Okay. And then we'll put some chance operations so that it might eventually skip like a lot of these steps, right? So that it kind of hovers around C way more often than it plays the B flat or the F. Greetings to Jake Litzio. Yes, happy day of consumption. In which we eat ourselves into a stupor and dream about reinvesting in our capitalist system the next day. Bling, 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 Thanksgiving theme. Okay, what were we doing? I don't remember. We're making an actual bass voice. All right, so now here's the key, though. Here's the key. I'm going to take the velocity out, right? So like one of these had a velocity. We're going to actually shorter. Stupid. Inning. Oh. Okay. Because we've got that velocity out. What I'm going to do then is tweak. So what I'm trying to do now is time it so that when it plays this note, when it plays that note, it pops this to the different to the different harmony and chord settings and stuff, so that everything kind of follows the bass. That is correct. Did I do F major or minor? That's a minor there, Pops. Okay, so this should be on B flat right now, but it isn't. Okay. Now let's put this in just a little bit more of a consistent here so I can hear it a little. So this should be F minor. Yes, it is. Now it should be C minor. Should be F minor. It's not. Fuck. Okay, so this is the high C voice. High C. It's going to take a little bit of tweaking. What? So that's all the way at the B flat. That's why I've got these things way. Still too. It's too low. Okay, let's get rid of the chance probabilities. So F velocity should be on F right now. Not. So that needs to go up one more. Okay. I'm also going to turn the length of this to like whole notes and make logical. Back to C. That one should be at F. This is the one still. Oh, it worked. It's at B flat. Metal. All right. Cool. Coolness. All right. Fine ham abounds. It's fucking good ham, Mom. I mean, fine ham abounds. Okay, so these were the probabilities that were. To actually send an envelope to bass. Bass voice, which in this case is the chainsaw. Of course it won't. You dumb bastard. Enough cables. Giant. Actually, that's okay, because see, then most of it's actually out of the way, and it's never actually in my way, which is a bit. Okay, so that's B flat. Okay, I am gonna move this cable, if I can get at it, to a 16th note block. There we go. Now everything should just kind of change automatically here. a C. Reference C no longer needed. Gravy. Jake has a strange fascination with gravy. It comes from his time spent slaving in the gravy mines.
Master said I need 4 buckets of gravy. Otherwise, he'll beat me.
Come on, shift. Do it. Do it. You're supposed to be in B flat right now. What are you doing? Okay, no, now you're back to C. Never mind. F. What's going on? How is that so late? Don't understand. Okay. Oh, you know why? It's because the skip is not what I want. What I want is just like skip to the next step. Yeah. Okay. Just a little bit of the background leaking in, because the neutron you can pan it between low pass and high pass, so you can get a blend of them, which is super cool. It's like really cool for like sculpting, getting some exact stuff. And it'll go like 48 dB per octave. Do like an 8 pole with ridiculous distortion and shit. Like, here, let's find out. Okay, I'm gonna say that's actually pretty damn cool. like making dun 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 dun. I feel like making Turing machine melody. Dun 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 dun. Hey, bass, you're like you're kind of like aggressive stuff. What are you doing down here? Let's do a couple of quick modulation things. Let's throw apathy into it's subtle. It'll cycle it from a super sine or a super saw to a super square. Okay, now here is the thing that I need to try to do before I patch this next voice in. So what I'm going to do is take the velocity that I'm bringing out of let's see here. Yeah. This velocity signal that I'm bringing out of the vector, I'm going to copy it over into the R bar. But it's got to be by way of an attenuverter, so I can try to control the signal and get it to play the exact same way that everything else is doing its thing. So we're going to set it to kind of the middle range here. So this should be B flat. See, this is not doing what I was hoping. It's really unfortunate. Okay. Better idea. Better idea here. Forget this. Forget this. Forget all that stuff. Okay. So what we need is basically a separate signal, separate sequence, really, that's going to match the velocity signal that's going to this, but, like, bigger, okay? So the velocity, for one thing, I do want it to slightly move up and down. So what we're going to have to do is mix. We're going to have to mix some modulations in here. It should be annoying. That should be frustrating and annoying. Cool. Yeah, it's true. It'll be kind of annoying. Do this. The doing of the thising. But the nice thing is that junction works really well for this because it's actually a built-in mult and thing here. So what we're going to do is bring a faster sloths down there. Only going to turn it up a tiny bit. Yeah, see, I just want it to kind of shift a little. Okay. And now... It's long enough? Hell no. Ain't long enough. What's wrong with you? So we'll go to part 2 here. I'm gonna go part 2. Bam. Crap. I wanted to look at something. Control, so we're in 4 whole notes. Random. Okay. So part 2. Control. Length 4. Random. Oh, it's not going to work because this is going to be at a different randomization. God damn it. Okay. Different idea and far more annoying. Alright. So this whole thing is going to have to be restructured for this to work. Alright, so once again, as I was saying, the velocity output here of number 1. Alright, forget part 2. We're going back to part 1. What we need to do then is looking at the velocity. We're going to run one velocity into this. Okay, the other velocity we are going to run into... Let's just go into a straight attenuator. That's going to be for the harmony. Okay, so now one thing at a time. One thing at a time. This, first of all, is going to be... Okay, pitch. This is B flat. Velocity should be here. No, what I need to do is the bigger one first, though. Alright, so... Okay, so C... Let's wait. The brain can hardly even comprehend all of this that I'm in. Okay. Now, that should be kicking this flat. Alright. So, in other words, here's what I need to do. Right? I need to go all the way up here and bring it down to about halfway. And the same thing with the B flat. See, now that should be transforming into B flat. It's like it did on the harmonizer. And then it did to the F also. Oh, did I just luck into it? So the R bar should be changing to a C minor chord and fluctuating between them because I've got sloths mixed in. Then when it hits the F chord, okay, it should automatically pop to the F range. Now I may need to tweak it a little bit to get it to work. E flat. It sounds like it's playing F. There's F. It's just barely too much. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going for this blob of goo here. We haven't even touched the filter yet on the Padotron. it's a balance. So I'm balancing between what the velocity signal is putting out, and what it's putting out to harmony input here, the barred quartet, and then the swing of this, and then the position of the knobs here, and everything's got to be like perfectly set. That one worked. We go a little bit higher on the sloths. E flat. Oh, lovely. I wish that was a little bit higher, but it doesn't seem like it has an option for that. Who am I kidding? Like the 24 dB. They'll sue me. Gosh. That's obnoxious. Why is that so obnoxious? First of all, don't need people for this. I'm looking for a purple cape. Into the FM inputs, and unfortunately they're two separate ones, so you have to bridge them with a stackable. Okay, look, seamly shit. Give that some. Could make it auto pan this way too. Really neat. I feel like the Harmonag would actually make this kind of thing work better. But when I discovered the velocity outputs in the Vector, man, that just makes things so... It's just an extra signal. It's like for each step, you can have a velocity. Well, use that for whatever you want, you know. And I'm really happy with this little junction module, because, like, it's already come in handy for this. This is really cool. Got this little... Okay, now we were going to make a Turing machine melody. How about rings into Aurora? I like the sound of that. Actually, if that's the case, then don't want. Let's just take the straight pulse out into the strum. I'll leave the bass in, but I'm gonna take out the auto pad here. Let's get the sound kind of configured first. Fucking. Nice bells would be. Okay, so then we go into the Aurora. The Aurora will process the sound, and it will make up something different than what has once gone into the sound. Flashlight's color on the tambourine. Okay. Completely different. Kidding. Turned anything. I want like a jittery clock on this thing. Just do random shit. Throw out some marbles, jittery clock. Yeah, there's your winner.
That's a very nice.
Okay, well, we need to modulate some stuff here. This. Hey, what's up, dude? Welcome. Welcome to Thanksgiving, the day for family and getting up early and inhaling creativity vapors and playing with your modular. Family will come later. Scale's way down on the Turing machine, that's a problem. A little less atmosphere. Tweak the brightness a little bit too. Curious about something. What happens if we just throw some noise into the input? Okay, that's what happens. Good to know. F. Oh, I heard it. I heard it. A little bit too much back and forth from the sloths, unfortunately. Jittery clock going to the Turing machine now. My little thing here is not working correctly. It's annoying. I gave it some offset voltage. It's kind of screwing up a little here. Now let's put this directly into the 1 volt per octave. I'm gonna have to attenuate it first. And I kind of like the idea of doing that to both of these filters. So let's do that. Instead of the FM, it goes right into the cutoff, which has no attenuation on the input or anything, just like straight up. How about some white noise swooshes and stuff? Okay. I'm gonna keep all that just kind of single percussion track. Now here's the question. Can we make the 100 sound? I'm going to run it through stereo here. Okay. Should also do something about. Let's run a select control. These guys. Two separate stereo or two separate mono channels. And I'm. We're sorry. This is not the channel you had requested. That's better. Let's put like a bandpass. Just get a little wind going, you know? Okay. But this is going to go into a VCA. That VCA output is going to go to our chorus. I'm going to run another copy here of Sloths, the inertia, to this channel. Okay, so right now it's not going to be given anything. Then I also want to copy that channel and bring it into the filter. Oh, hello. What was that? You there?
The only thing I don't, not 100% enthused about is that Rings voice sounding like it's just like in the wrong key. And that's entirely because of the harmonics that are getting thrown in there. I haven't heard the white noise swoosh at all yet. It just hasn't come around. Sort of. It's probably. There it is. There it is. It's in the wrong sloths. It's in the slowest of sloths. Well, all right. My interface is yoink. The Zoom LiveTrack L20. My home is a Focusrite. For this, since we've got drums mic'd up in the second room over. Drum set and keyboard setup and stuff. Oh, well, anywho, have a good day for the rest of y'all celebrating Thanksgiving. It does compressing on board, but it doesn't as the interface. It'll do it if you were using it as a live mixer or recording it to the internal card, but it, fortunately. So, yeah. It is what it is. I'd probably run it into separate channels and see what happens. I don't know. I would rather have something with a limiter and a real soft compressor, like, you know, like an SSL bus compressor kind of. So I can keep things controlled, but I think it's okay. I don't think I've ever really distorted. My kind of concern is that it's too quiet. It's like sending minus 10 dB on a stream or something like that. Kind of weak sauce. So, anywho, yeah, have a good one, and thanks for coming, and I'll probably see you tomorrow night, more than likely.